Welding and the related arts of soldering and brazing have been around for a very long time. Welding history is thought to begin around 4000 BC, when the Egyptians started using copper. People started working with bronze between 2000 BC and 3000 BC. During the Bronze Age, small gold circular boxes were made by pressure welding lap joints together. In 1330 BC, Tutankhamun's funeral mask was made using solder and a blowpipe for metal soldering. Welding was used to build the Iron Pillar in Delhi, India in about 310 AD. The Middle Ages brought advances in forge welding, in which blacksmiths hammered heated metal repeatedly until bonding occurred. It was not until the 19th century that welding as we know it today was invented. In 1800, Sir Humphrey Davy invented the electric arc. The arc was created between two carbon electrodes that were powered by a battery. Humphrey's cousin, Edmund Davy, then discovered the gas acetylene in 1836. But its use was not practical in welding until 1887, when the blowpipe or torch was developed. The torch used acetylene and liquefied air or oxygen to create higher flame temperatures than had ever been reached before. In 1881, carbon arc welding was first used and later became popular during the late 1890s and early 1900s. The first resistant spot welding machines were produced in 1906, allowing welders to weld very thin materials. In 1911, the first pipeline was created using oxyacetylene welding. In 1912, Lincoln Electric began manufacturing the first commercial welding machines. In 1917, because of a gas shortage in England during World War I, electric arc welding became the primary fabrication method to manufacture bombs, mines, and torpedoes. During the 1920s, major advances were made in welding technology, including the introduction of automatic welding in 1920, in which electrode wire was fed continuously. Automatic welding meant that cars could now be produced much faster. In 1926, gamma-ray radiation was first used to detect flaws in cast or welded steels, leading to sturdier welds. In 1928, in Pennsylvania, America, the first all-welded railroad bridge was erected. In 1939, the use of aluminum spot welding was first recognized as being useful in aviation. In 1962, during the construction of the Mercury space capsule, due to the small size of each sheet of titanium, NASA used TIG welding to weld the titanium together without a filler metal. In 1966, Jan Steckley founded Welding Alloys Limited. In 1969, the Russians welded in space on Soyuz 6. This was the first time that this had been attempted. Modern-day welding has come a long way. Now we have robotic welding, onboard computers that program the welding, and state-of-the-art electrodes and exotic multiple gas mixtures.